Hi everybody, I'm Sasquatch, part owner, part operator, and all artist here at Boggy Hillocks Glass. And today I want to be your guide through one of my favorite subjects, something that's kind of near and dear to me, and something I love making, and that's a Hyder marble. Well, Sasquatch, what's a Hyder marble? Well, let me put it to you like this. It's on the same level as geocaching or even looking and finding painted rocks. It's something for you to do as a collector, something to do as a hobby. What happens is you hide a marble somewhere, I don't know. It could be in a national forest, it could be in a city, it could be on private property, I don't know, wherever you got going. And you post something up on Facebook, and this is something we'll get into just a little bit down the road, and somebody else goes and finds it, or maybe somebody else hid one and you look at the clues and it looks like fun, you go find it. So let me kind of break down a little bit more what a Hyder marble is. Typically a Hyder marble is an inch or under, but that depends on the artist that's doing them. I know I personally will only do one, it's about 0.75 inches, 3/4 of an inch up to an inch I'll make for a Hyder marble. That's not to say different artists won't make them different sizes. I know certain artists that will go all the way up to 1.25 inches when making a Hyder marble. That's also not to say that you can't hide something that's bigger, something that's 1.5 inches, 2 inches, hiding a pendant. Maybe you get in this glass straw craze and you want to hide those. I mean, there's no limit to really what you can hide, although typically the larger marbles are going to be reserved for charity events, or they're also going to be reserved for maybe, like, let's say somebody's bought a birthday present, right, and they want to make a personal hide. And the reason you won't see so many of those is because of the larger marbles, the cost of those, it just would not be cost effective to use those Hyder marbles in everyday hides. So what kind of artwork can go into a Hyder marble? Well, I can put anything that I do on a larger marble, I can do on a smaller scale for a Hyder marble. That includes anything from sandblasting something. I can put opals in it. I can put millies. I can do spirals, honeycombs, which, by the way, are one of my favorite techniques to do. I'm going to be showing you all about those later as well. But I do also a lot of characters. I get a lot of requests for characters, so I end up sandblasting a lot of those. How much does a Hyder cost? Well, I'm kind of curious about myself. No, I'm not. I already know. All right, so typically for me, I can do anywhere between $25 shipped to $43 shipped for a Hyder set, depending on what the artwork is, depending on how large the marbles are, depending on how many marbles there are. Although on a general note, you are probably going to pay roughly $30 for 3 marbles, which is not a bad price at all. That's like I said, that's like a generalization. It depends on if you want like a name brand artist. I know there's some guys out there that are top of their game, and you're going to pay top dollar for those names. And then there's guys that are just starting out, and you're going to end up paying out those prices. But just realize that when you're paying super, super low prices, there's probably a reason for that. Maybe they're out of round, or the artist himself is just getting started. So it's always good to support a starting artist, but just realize that if you do that, you might be getting a seconds marble. And that's probably going to be for another episode, as far as what a first marble is versus what a second marble is, and what you should and shouldn't be looking out for. So where can you go to find these Hyder, these little beautiful glass gems that are made by different artists that you can be totally and completely excited about finding? Well, funny you should ask, because I got that answer. Well, on Facebook you can find multiple groups that are all about hiding marbles. Now, I know that there's one group in particular that's a very large group, but encompasses the whole of the United States. So if you happen to join that group, you're going to be trying to find your area within that group and see what they have going there. Also, another option is a lot of people in the marble community have actually, started their own pages, their own groups, their own marble hiding group for their particular area. So you can get on there and look and see what it is. If you do happen to find something in your area, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. These marble people are really good people. I have to yet find a more solid set of people. Well, they're really active in their communities and surrounding areas. So if they're hiding marbles in national forests, parks, public places, and stuff like that, you need to read the rules of the actual page, because those rules are there to respect the individual that's hiding, respect the individual that's searching, and respect the page itself. And they're also there to respect the areas in which the search happens, because when people get too overzealous and start destroying things, marble communities get kicked out of things where they could have hid, but now that's closed off to them. So please always make sure to read those rules and follow them and be respectful and have fun. And that's pretty much the gist of a hider marble. So I know it wasn't a really long video, but that's okay, because I hope I enriched your life a little bit by letting you know what a hider marble is all about and letting you know how you can get involved with it. And maybe it's something that's piqued your interest, maybe it's not, but you know what, you're gonna do what you do. Everybody does what they does. So I'm Sasquatch from Boggy Hillocks Glass. Peace, word, and love for you.